So here we go then, the second leg of the RHB Singapore Cup quarterfinals. And the man we were talking about earlier, Shamir Azik. It's a nice touch by Khairul Amri looking for Ritaru Megumi. It's put out of play by Shakir Hamza, who seems to have the captain's armband. We thought it might be Song Woo-young, with Izdin Shafiq not starting today, but it is Shakir Hamza given the responsibility. Here's Shamir. Nice touch there from Megumi. It's a teasing ball into the box, and it's well dealt with by Abdul Qayyum. Here come Home United, and Song Woo-young, certainly one of the key players of their side, and well, he was ambitious. Certainly one of the players in the AFC Cup in the ASEAN zone. Has really put himself out in the shop window. Lots of talk about what will happen with him next season. He's been at the club for a long, long time now. And he's really beginning to peak. Here's Song. And the new foreign signing, Isaka Chernak, the Australian. Been with the club a couple months now, the 29-year-old. Madu Mohana there, who scored the decisive goal against Balasa Khalsa in their last SPL match. He's getting a bit of a run in the side now. Here's Shamir. Here's Irfan Najib, who's adapted things a little bit. He started the season, of course, in central defence, has now moved up further the pitch to central midfield. And he's certainly a very adaptable player, and someone who's attracted the attention of Fandi Ahmad. One of a new raft of young players who are certainly beginning to make an impression in Singapore football. Here's Shamir. He's done well here. Just created a little bit of space. You can see what Hafiz Sujad was trying to do. Abdul Qayyum read that beautifully. Interesting that Jurgen Raab has been flitting between a back three and a back four for Tampines Rovers. Today he is playing with a four. Irwan Shah at left back, Shamir Azik at right. Madu Mohana having to chase back here, with Ikram making an advance down that left-hand side. And this is a man who's been nominated for one of the players of the season. He's having a real renaissance, isn't he? Sharali Shak. And is in almost looking like a certainty to be involved in the AFF Suzuki Cup. The way he's been playing, linking up between midfield and attack, absolutely superbly, isn't he? First corner of the game, Home United. Not a great corner from Hafiz Noor, but the ball bobbles around. Will they put it back in the mix? Abdul Qayyum does, but it rolls away rather harmlessly. Ikram now moving on to this right hand side. Chernak. I was trying to play that towards Song. Interesting to see the way that Home United play. They don't have an out-and-out striker. They use the likes of Chernak, Song Woo-young and Sharilishak. Amirul Nasraf has been in and out of the side this season. Hafiz Noor also very much enjoying his time at Home United. Been chipping in with some valuable goals. Easy take there for Shazwan. There's a foul there, another free kick. They're conceding a number of free kicks early on in this match, Tampines Rovers. Hafiz Noor will take this. That's far too close to the goalkeeper. Yeah, they've had some good positions so far, Home United, but the set pieces have not been great. Here's Chernak, goes back to his keeper, Kenji. First touch of the ball for him. Kenji has had a couple of appearances in the SPL this season. Played on the 7th of April against DPMM. And then in Home United's win just 4 days ago against Hougang on the 15th of September. So maybe getting a little bit of a run. That's a delightful ball from Chernak, a little bit too much on it. Hafiz Noor did well to keep it in, but Shamir Razik will get there first. This is good pressure from Home United, but cheaply given away. Seeing a lot of the ball at the moment, but Khairul Amri comes forward. He's got Abdul Khayan right on him. The ball does tend to just get caught in your feet on this surface at our Tampines hub. And this is what they might just want to be a little careful of, Home United, as they pour forward. We do know that Tampines are quite effective on the counter. Amirul Adli. Here's Song. A bit more withdrawn now. Chernak as well. Clever play there. Ikram almost getting through. A bit too much on that for Sharilishak. Can he get there first? He's going to have to put that out just for a throw-in. Knockdown for Khairul Amri. He's not going to get to that. It is hacked away, but straightforward for Shazwan. Here's Dan Bennett. Shaka gets there first. Here's Khairul Amri. Nicely done as Jordan Webb comes forward here. He goes out to that left-hand side. Well, they're asking for handball there. Only Hafiz Sujad claiming handball though. Referee Nathan Chan unmoved. Amr Adli is fouled in the process. Free kick here for Tampines. And maybe now Jordan Webb trying to clarify that with the referee. I have to say, at first glance, that would have been very optimistic of Tampines to expect a penalty. Dan Bennett standing over it, so is Hafiz Sujad. It is a fair distance out here. This could be a little test for Kenji, a man who has conceded 5 goals in his 2 matches for Home United this season. But the bounce, very kind, right in front of him, no issues. There's Anumantan. Wasn't able to control that ball, but Shaki Hamza had to tidy up. Looks like a bit of a 4-3-3 for Home United. Here's Chanak. Now Anumantan. Shaki Hamza. Oh, he's outpacing Megumi here, which is impressive. It's a delightful ball in from Shaki Hamza right into the penalty area. Hafiz Noor. Great ball in. They have got bodies back now, Tampines, but it was a wonderful little run there from Shakir. Saka Chanak, not sure what he was trying to do there. Faritz, now Chanak. Here's Sharil. Hafiz Noor thought he had Faritz to his right, puts his hand up in apology. When they're on the ball, they look quick. They're trying to transition as fast as they can, Home United. Amr Adli, strong surging run from him. Too much on that for Hafiz Sujad. Chanak again. Now Faritz. Flag stays down. Song has drifted out to this right-hand side. Anumantan. He was looking for someone to make a sideways pass rather than go backwards. Chanak gets there first. He's got Faritz if he needs. Now, to be fair, Tampines organising themselves pretty well here. They've forced Home United back. There's Madhu. Not that many chances to speak of in these first 15 minutes or so. Home United seeing more of the ball, that's for sure. But neither keeper has really been tested yet. Here's Jordan Webb. Erwan Shah was looking for some support to get rid of the ball. There's Anu. Now Irfan. Saka's touch actually passes that over to Jordan Webb. They'll play advantage here. Abdul Qaim trying to shepherd that out. Is that going to be a corner? I think it will be. And Abdul Qaim, a shake of the head. He doesn't agree with that, obviously. So a little dart there from Khairul Amri. Irfan Najib misses that chance to put it back into the 6-yard area. Ikram misses the ball. Both sides with plenty of talent on the bench tonight. Adil Sharin will be looking to call upon some of them a little bit later on. If needed. Here's Khairul Amri. Some of these places, of course, will be also looking to play for their places at the AFF Suzuki Cup, which starts in just under 2 months. First match, of course, at the National Stadium, November 9th against Indonesia. What a cracker that will be. Will Khairul Amri start up front for Singapore? Now Dan Bennett. Thought about launching it. Does so now. Faisal Roslan heads that down only as far as Ritaru Megumi. Looks across to Shamir Azik here. Lovely return pass to him from Megumi. Megumi still. And Anu Mantan is strong. Does well. Here come Home United. Sharil Ishak. This is when he can be dangerous. The ball to Song Wei-young. Does well there, but he's shown a bit too much of the ball, and Madhu Mahana clears. Shakir plays the ball in. It is pretty easily dealt with. Down by Faritz. Here's Hafiz Noor, always busy. That's his style. Darting around, making good runs. He too has caught the eye this season. He really has, 30-year-old. It's just falling apart for Home United in that final third. They're getting themselves into some pretty good positions. The chance here, it slipped in. Madhu Mahana looking across. Song Wei-young toe pokes that in, and it's Home United who have the lead here and make it 2-2 in aggregate. Just to be clear, away goals do not make any difference here in this RHB Singapore Cup. So at the moment, it still is 2-2. There is not an advantage here for Home United. Well, they certainly do have the momentum. And I think Madhu was rather upset with his defenders. Jordan Webb up to Hafiz Sujad, swings that in. It's a decent ball right between the two central defenders. Khairul Amri did well. Is he claiming a penalty? Contact with Faisal Roslan. I think that was very
It's
optimistic.
definitely creamy. It's actually very fragrant.
It's all happening here at our Tampines hub. Lots of action, lots of noise. Here's Chernak. Oh, delightful ball played in. Just didn't bounce rightly for Hafiz Noor. Otherwise, he was through. Home United, I think you'd have to say on the balance of play at the moment, have been the better side. Not really many chances. They've kind of scored from their best opportunities so far. But now we'll expect a reaction here from Tampinese. Megumi has been relatively quiet so far. Khairul Amri, return ball, it's a nice one. Here's Megumi. He's got Anumantan right on him. Khairul Amri. Now, what was he trying to do there? Seemed to be caught in two minds. I talked about Home United's strength on the bench. Don't forget, they've got players like Zulfadmi who could come on in terms of striking ability, in terms of, going forward. They could really have done with Yasser Hanapi in this one. Here's Amrul Adli, one of his typical surging runs. Out of play there, nicely done by Ikram. Here's Megumi. Big throw in, the Madhu special. Here we go. Oh, it's flicked across. Look at the problems it's caused. Chernak tries to clear. Oh, is that a little shove there? Tampines thought that might be a penalty. Play continues here, and Song is through. He's only got one player in front of him, Irwan Shah. He does unselfishly pass that across. Hafiz Noor couldn't quite control it, and the danger perhaps not so bad now. I'm not sure what kind of ball that was in from Faritz. It's not a good clearance there from Madu Mohana. Ikram Rifki. Well, Home United did not make the best of that situation. But the talking point, of course, is the penalty shower up the other end. And Ikram Rifki's ball straight to Shazwan Buhari. To be fair, they are not making a big meal out of it, Tampanese Rovers. Here's Shakir Hamza, launches that forward. It's a decent ball, but I think Madu should be able to deal with that. Someone else who's trying to play his way back into national team. Here's Dan Bennett. Well, you've got a relatively untested goalkeeper in 20-year-old Kenji. He hasn't had a single save to make. He's barely touched the ball, and that, with the kind of firepower that Tampanese have at the moment, is a major disappointment, particularly because they're playing at home. Maybe you would have thought, having conceded a goal, it would have forced them to be a bit more expansive, but the fact is they just haven't been able to register any kind of shots on goal. And it's Home United at the moment likely to score the next one. Anumantan. Faritz, very comfortable on the ball, Home United. Here's Abdul Qayyum. Took a little lucky deflection there off Amri. Sorry, Hafiz Noor dropping back a bit. Here's Anu. No, that's dropped short by Chernak, but brilliantly recovered there. Well, Abdul Qayyum. Oh, that looked nasty. Very nasty from Chernak on Dan Bennett. Don't know about the intent on that, but Bennett went straight down. And I think Chernak is going to get away with this. I don't think he's even going to get a yellow card. Wow. You have to give credit there to Bennett. He's not made a meal of it. Well, maybe he's having a few words now, the referee, but he went down and he's not milked it too much. He's got up and he's got on with it. And maybe a bit of a lucky boy there, Isaka Chernak. Been played a pretty good spirit so far. Home United 1-0 up, which means on aggregate it's 2-2. No away goals, of course, in the RHB Singapore Cup. So we still need another goal here from one of these two sides, perhaps, to decide it in the 90 minutes. We will, of course, have extra time and possibly penalties if we do not have a tiebreaker by the end of the 90 minutes. Shamir Razik is down at the moment. Some of the fans enjoying the football on display. Just want to make sure that he's not concussed. Hopefully he's okay there, Shamir Razik. We did say after that win against Balestier, we now turn our focus to home in the Singapore Cup. We're always ready for a battle, no matter who the opponent is. It's just the right preparation needed to overcome the challenge. I'm afraid at the moment they're looking second best in this match. Here is Song. Shami went on to say that it's not nice to be behind the leaders by that many points this season, but that's all over. We can focus on winning the league next year. But for this year, the main target now is to finish second, and definitely a Singapore Cup win with it would be perfect. At the moment, though, it is Home United who have the momentum. Heavy touch there from Shahril Ishak, back to Faritz. Isaka Chernak. Well, Shahril let him continue with that run, and Dan Bennett was there. Here's Irfan. Oh, that's brilliantly done by Ikram. Here's Song Wei-young. Slips that through for Ikram. Can he finish it off here? Yes, he can. That's an excellent goal. Started and finished by Ikram Rifki. And that is an outstanding goal from Home United, who deservedly go 2-0 up in this RHB Singapore Cup match. What a tackle from Ikram Rifki to win the ball back. The assist from Song Wei-young, a delightful pass that cut through that defense, and a cool finish from the 22-year-old. So on aggregate, Home United 3-2 up at the moment. What is going on with Tampines Rovers? They look pretty shell-shocked at the moment. They haven't responded after going a goal down, and they paid the price. As you can see on the clock, just over 10 minutes to go. It's a hot, sticky night. Plenty of liquids required by the players, but they are looking energized at the moment, Home United. Interesting, when you look back, the last 6 matches between the two sides, Tampines have had 3 wins and there have been 3 draws. Oh, well, that's a shame here. And Shamir Razik has played his last, unfortunately. The positive for Tampines is that Zulfadmi Suzliman is coming on. It might mean a little bit of a change. I think Irwan Shah is going to come on to right back. Hafiz Sujad is going to go to left back, which is where he can play. And that means Zulfadmi will go into that attacking position further up the field on the left. And we did think that might be, at some point, seeing him come into the action. Khairul Amri, they have to respond here, really, Tampines Rovers. Here's a man of the moment, Ikram Rifki. Loses the ball to Irwan Shah. Well, that's a shame to see Shamir go, but I think when you look at that, ooh, that was Irfan Najib. That was at a raised boot on Ikram Rifki. Now, is there going to be any kind of booking here? I tell you what, Nathan Chan has had a couple of moments where he could have booked Isaka Chernak earlier, and he could book Irfan Najib. Now, I suppose you could say he didn't punish Chernak earlier. Will he even things up and leave Irfan Najib alone? You can see he's nowhere in the picture here. He's gone away. He's out of the referee's attention, which is a smart move. I'm not sure what the Tampinese players are trying to do here. Trying to defend it, what Irfan Najib did. I would have thought by now the card would have been shown, so it does appear that Irfan is going to be let off the hook. The good news is that Ikram is up on his feet, not particularly comfortably. Oh dear. He is hobbling off at the moment for further treatment. And that would be a shame. Two players off in the space of a few minutes. With one of those, maybe you can just run off. Let's hope. Look at Aido Sharin giving the officials a piece of his mind. You can understand where he's coming from. Let's tell you that DPMM are playing Warriors at the moment, and they are 2-0 up. So 4-2 at the moment to DPMM. That is in the other RHB Singapore Cup quarter-final match. Well, the good news is that Ikram Rifki is back. It is wincing whenever he's putting some pressure on that leg of his. Sharazan Said and Azwan Ali are the two goal scorers for DPMM. 3 times, referee, says Khairul Amri. Hanumantan's not having any of it. There's frustration building up here with this Tampinese side, who just have not been able to test out this Home United defence. This might be an opportunity, though. Trying to get that away. Hafiz Noor. Oh, he's done well, Hafiz. Is that offside? Oh, that was tight, but it is just off for Shahril Ishaq. Great ball. Shahril playing off that last man. He was so close to breaking through. Abdul Qayyum. 5 minutes left. Home United would love to get there without conceding any more goals. What a run here from Song Wei-yong. Looking at the official. Of course, there are extra officials for the RHB Singapore Cup this year. That's a new feature of this competition. He's saying he was pushed in the process. Zulfadmi is injecting a little bit more pace and urgency into this side. Here's Megumi. Could have pulled the trigger earlier. Saka Chernak to help out. Offside, I think, is the call. Yeah, just going back to that head-to-head record at the moment. Overall, in the last 47 matches played between the two sides, 19 wins for Tampinese, 16 for Home United with 12 draws. Tampinese have scored 61 goals in that time, 58 by Home United. So very little to separate the two. But it's in recent times, which is interesting, the two sides have played, and 3 wins out of the last 6 for Tampinese. Home United's last win was on the 10th of September, almost exactly 2 years ago. A 1-0 win. So it's been a long time since Home United have actually defeated Tampinese. At the moment, looking good here. Shamil Sharif with the 74th minute winner at the Bishan Stadium. That one is a pretty wild attempt. Earlier on this season, these two sides played out a goalless draw on the 8th of July, and on the 26th of June, in the other match that they played, Amrul Adli scored the only winner on the 46th minute here at the Tampinese, our Tampinese hub. 2 minutes of added time with all the stoppages that we've had. Faisal Roslan. Was there a foul there? Song Woo-young on Dan Bennett. Here's Irfan. Here's Jordan Webb. Heavy touch there from Irfan. Now Anumantan was looking for Ikram Rifki, who's increasingly getting into these attacking positions. Is there one last opportunity perhaps for, still 3 minutes to go to be fair in this half for Tampinese. Karol Emery does well to ride one challenge. He then looks across the referee, frustrated that he stayed on his feet and hasn't got anything out of it. Here's Sharul Ishak. Nice run there. It's a bisecting pass. Hafiz Noor dinks that up. Can someone get at the end of it? Is there a foul there on Anumantan? Referee says, no, there isn't. Chernak with a wild effort. Well, again, I have to say, it is Home United of the two sides at the moment, looking likely to score the next goal. Tampinese still have not reacted very well to going 2 down. And perhaps this halftime coming at the right moment for them to just regroup and figure out how they want to tackle this second half. Looking at the bench. Do they have other players? Of course, they got Mustafik. He's not going to help get goals. Tawfik Suparno is the only other real attacking player they've got, 23-year-old. So there are problems here for Tampinese. Faretz gets his team a corner. We haven't seen him really bomb down that right-hand side, have we? But he hasn't really needed to either, to be fair. Still another minute to go in this first half. Can Home United add a third before the break? That could well wrap things up for them. That's nicely done by Kyle Lumley. He looks like a man on a mission. He's looking aggrieved. Some of the decisions going against him. Comes back to Ikram. Nicely done by Jordan, but he gives it away. Here's Sharil Ishak. Still going. Sharil was trying to find Song in the middle. Chanak wins the ball back. 20 seconds left. One last chance perhaps for Home United. Or even Tampinese. Jordan Webb. We've had the 2 minutes. This will be the very last effort of this first half. And it is in! Would you believe it? On the stroke of half-time. After the 2 minutes, a very frustrated Kyle Lumley finally gets a chance in for Tampinese Rovers. And the header finds its way into the back of the goal, right on the stroke of half-time, which means we are all level on aggregate. And that will be supreme frustration for Home United and a few others. But delight for Tampinese that they've got themselves right back in this when arguably they haven't offered anything going forward. Half-time here at our Tampinese Hub. It is